Well, I think that David Pakman deserves a round of applause. Congratulations. That's not a sarcastic clap. That's a sincere clap. David Pakman um, reach reaches 1 million subscribers. Now, YouTube has actually been, in my opinion, more positive than negative for the online left. We've had some problems over the years with the online left as far as monetizing and even censorship that they have suffered from when certain political viewpoints are too controversial to be discussed. Um, but overall, the outreach of the online left has actually shaped the political discourse for the country for the better. Um, Prior to YouTube, really, back in the 1990s and the first half of the first decades, the of the 2000s, what was out there? Talk radio, right? It was like Rush Limbaugh and all the other people trying to sound like Rush Limbaugh, just enough to make you sick. There was what else was out there? Fox News and even CNN, MSNBC, and the mainstream news network, which were so bought and paid for that their discussions of news and political topics were corporately manipulated to basically not talk about things that needs to be talked about. Well, YouTube came along, and the Young Turks were like one of the first big networks to make it, and the Young Turks are doing pretty well. Do I like the Young Turks? I do for the most part. They're not as bold or as edgy as they used to be, but I overall like it. And the fact that it kind of irritates the not only the right wing, but even corporate people who are corporate Democrats seem to be bothered by the Young Turks makes me happy. But anyway, they have about 4 million views, and good for them. And I hope they continue to grow in the coming years. David Pakman is the first individual to reach 1 million subscribers, and that's pretty big news. And he was kind of on a race with Sam Cedar from Majority Report, is my understanding. But suffice to say, um, David Pakman actually reached over 1 million subscribers, and he's kind of becoming a well-known personality now. And that's something that's something that's to be celebrated again. Now, I'm going to confess I like some of the other online programs better than, let's say, David Pakman, but that's not to insult David Pakman. I do watch the David Pakman show. I mean, it's all about perspective, and I appreciate David Pakman's perspective, but his perspective's not quite my perspective per se, and it's nothing personal. But I appreciate the fact that he provides a very intellectual, some might say too cerebral analysis of the political issues, which which is needed. And I'm the kind of person that when I need cerebral, David Pakman is my go-to person. When I'm angry and I need raw emotion, I go to Jimmy Dore. And I know that sounds like a juxtaposition, but that's just how I am. But getting back to David Pakman, he provides a really good intellectual analysis of politics here in the United States and abroad. And his demeanor is that that he can get his message across without without having right wingers cut him off, and he's able to take the right wing arguments and destroy it and be so damn polite about it. And that makes him awesome. And it's a very professional, very polished format. And for somebody that's very self-made in the alternative left media, that is a good thing. And so to David Pakman, my friend, we never met, but I'm just saying, congratulations, sir. Um, I am very happy that you reached over 1 million subscribers. Um, Now there are others out there, that are, some of them are catching up, fairly well known, and catching up with David Pakman. Some of them are not as quite as well known yet, but and some of them, even though they're not quite as well known, they seem to be doing well and reaching people too. So, and of course, I'm going to be upfront. My favorite, and this is nothing against David Pakman, it's nothing against the others, but my with my ideology and everything, Kyle Kalinske is the one I like, and he's climbing up, and he will reach over 1 million probably within before the end of this year. I have noticed in the last few months, that his subscriber counts keeps increasing. Um, Jimmy Dore is not that far behind. Again, with Jimmy Dore, with Kyle Kalinske, I enjoy the overt social democracy. With Jimmy Dore, is he's his anger toward the system is very righteous, and is and I feel it too, Jimmy. I really do. Nico House, I enjoy his program as well. I can, and Kim Iverson, same thing. I enjoy her program. Michael Frigorito from the Humanist Report, enjoy his program. Um, Tim Black is somebody I've been listening to quite a bit lately, and he is really growing on me real good. I like his program. There are new ones out there, if you can check out the Radical Democracy Show with Khamali Rose. I will leave a link for his show again. But there are others out there that they don't exactly fit into the online left as far as being political. But they talk a lot of politics on their program, but they're not necessarily known to talk overtly about politics, and that's it. But they have reached over 1 million way before David Pakman did, and that includes the amazing atheist T.J. Kirk, not particularly political, but he's been getting really political lately, and he's been over 1 million for quite a while. And June Lapine, known as Shoe on Head, has reached over. She's been over 1 million for a while on her main channel. Now she has a side channel called Brainlet, and that channel is more political and all of that. Um, as I said, I'm very happy about this development because we need to take on not just the right wing and the Fox News people. I mean, that's low hanging fruit. It's so damn obvious because what the narrative they have is always it's always negative. But I would say that the corporate media, the way that they smeared Bernie Sanders, for example, in the 2020 primaries, and not only just Bernie Sanders, Marianne Williamson, Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, and even maybe even to some degree Elizabeth Warren. But anyway, I really enjoy what the content that David Pakman provided over the years, and I hope that he's got nowhere to go but up, and you know go on further and become more successful. And I think that this is important because the online left, we all need each other. Kamali Rose said that on his program quite a few times, and he is correct that we all need each other. And a lot of us have our particular take, our particular angle on politics, and we can all learn from each other from that perspective. From that perspective, and I mean, and although I'm going to be very humble, and I just only got slightly over 100 subscribers. Last count, I got 127 subscribers. So if you're watching this, this is sort of wink, wink, letting you know. Go ahead, please subscribe. But I'm trying to do my part right now too. And my shtick, my angle is old fashioned European style social democracy. The welfare state that existed in Western Europe after World War II is pretty much what I advocate. But I mean, so while on economics, it has a very Eurocentric worldview. There is a weird left libertarian sort of, and I say left libertarian sort of kind of raw social liberalism that's very Americanized that I advocate here too. And that's why I am such a whore for the First Amendment, for free speech in its most absolutist form, for example. And and this goes back to the early days when I joined the ACLU in the early '90s. I just sort of have that hardcore civil libertarian aspect of the world. So yeah, I hate economic libertarianism, but on social issues, I kind of want the government out of most things in people's private lives. And so is that, and with my economics and my very strong anti-war political stances, I'm pretty dovish. I've always sort of been a pacifist, but I've gotten even more so in the last several years. And to fight for justice for all people, equality based on race, equality based on gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, uh, religious beliefs, non-religious beliefs, um, you name it. Um, Equality across the board. I'm a very egalitarian style person. Um, so I do go more on a class reductionist side of the equation than I do intersectionality, but it's just what fits for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. And the class reductionism that I do advocate is not the way I think that some of the critics would imply what it means. So anyway, enough about me, but I will say this. My program, I'm trying to occupy a small part of the online left with this program that I have here. Now, my URL is youtube.com/social democracy. And I got that URL when I reached over 100 subscribers. I'm keeping that URL, but I'm probably going to be doing a name change. And I'm actually, since I have serious aspirations for this channel, I'm going to let everybody keep knowing that there's going to be a name change. So once the name change takes place, we all know about it. The URL will remain the same, but you're going to, I actually kind of have the name already, but I'm just going to kind of work my way on to it. So each and every one of you will know what's going on. But as I said, for David Pakman, once again, I appreciate everything you do. I hope that your career goes on further and forward for the better. Congratulations, sir. Your victory, reaching over the 1 million subscribers, is a victory for the rest of the online left, even if some of us characters do a little infighting among themselves, which is no different from talk radio personalities on the right doing the same thing. It's just what it is, folks. Anyway, if you like what you heard, you can press like and subscribe. If you're triggered by what you heard, well, if you're triggered, tough, but subscribe anyway. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to tell each and every one of you that you are very passionate about something and you have a platform. Please use it, utilize it, because we're the muckrakers of our time, as I've been saying for about past 15 minutes, pretty much. So, and subscribe, like, comment, comment anyway if you don't like. Share the content on my channel. You got a platform, utilize it in the name of free speech, and subscribe, 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 subscribe. And until next time, Bernie Sanders for president in the year 2024.